time was when 2 feet striking pavement, a door being tried, a nightstick tapping were the only sounds to assure a vigil was being kept against intruders. Those solitary sounds were taken for granted and soon became assimilated into the other sounds of a city. They were only noticed when they were missing. If the night was cold or if the rains came, the people protected by this man reflected on their safety before dropping off to sleep. He was alone, a walking island in a busy city. He was a police officer, and he walked a lonely beat.
The Public Affairs and News Department of WTAR presents Walk a Lonely Beat.
When he was not needed, he was forgotten, except by those who held permanent enmity for him. He was a symbol of law and order. He was the hated rules and regulations. He was called Cop, Copper, Gestapo, Flatfoot. But those who could sleep because this man walked called him, patronizingly, Mr. Policeman. He was called these and other things. Many times he heard base Anglo-Saxon adjectives precede his title. Though people might be near, he was still alone. His closest help was the call box on the corner. That was a call to investigate a break-in. He was never more alone than now. The man who called him will have to wait the better part of an hour before he can be reached again. Meanwhile, his beat is even more lonely. Police work has come a long way from the lone man walking a beat with a nightstick. That man was headquartered in this police station, hardly a point of pride for the city or its people. Buildings change, methods change. The 430 men and women who carry out the police activities of the city are now housed in this ultra-modern building. The contrast between police headquarters is visual evidence of the vast strides taken in police work over the past quarter of a century. They're still called cops, coppers, Gestapo, but somehow the term flatfoot is being dropped from the list of insults. More and more they're turning from walking beats to riding them, and their island has grown to include the comforts of a heater when the nights are cold and a roof when the rains come. For those who still walk a beat, there is a companion, a dog that can be of greater help to a policeman in some cases than another police officer. It is the goal of the Norfolk Canine Corps to have a dog for every man who walks a beat. Those who do not walk beats but perform their duties from a police car are in much closer contact with police headquarters than the officer of 25 years ago ever dreamed possible. This closeness of communication will be demonstrated dramatically in just a few moments. Right now, some comments on a new enforcement device from the commanding officer of the Norfolk Canine Corps, Sergeant David Blair. Sergeant, how long has Norfolk had a canine corps?
Approximately 3.5 years, Ken.
What is the oldest canine corps in the nation?
I think Baltimore has the oldest canine corps in this country. Theirs is approximately 7.5 or 8 years old.
How much does the canine corps cost?
The canine corps is relatively small in price, really, Ken. We maintain 15 canine dogs. Their dog food, the equipment, the training equipment. We maintain all of this for less than you, as a citizen, pay for one police officer.
Well, how valuable are these dogs in police work?
It's varied, really. The most valuable aspect of the dog is the prevention of crime, the deterrent to crime. These dogs have proven themselves in this respect quite frequently. We maintain a one-man automobile instead of a two-man car. We place one man and his dog on a beat where another commanding officer will place 2 men for their own safety. Also, these dogs are used in searching of buildings and warehouses for people who have burglarized. They're also used in tracking down criminals as well as tracking down lost children.
Dispatcher to K987.
87.
Possible 1022 at warehouse. Proceed to location where car 25 is standing by. Assist him in searching the building to see if suspects are still inside.
10-4.
When you get there, K987, advise if additional help is needed. Pick up your message in time later.
10-4.
This crime is 20 blocks away. This officer will be on the scene in 5 minutes. 10 minutes from now, we will know if a man is still in the building, and if he is, he will be arrested. The policeman and his dog will get to the scene of the crime much faster than a lone policeman on foot could ever hope to. Aside from being in a car and able to cover the 20 blocks in 5 minutes, the modern police officer is far ahead of his counterpart of 25 years ago. Then, a policeman had to find a building, enter it himself, or wait for a citizen to report it. Now, businesses in the city have burglar alarms connected to a special electronic board in the radio dispatcher's room. When a building is entered, it registers on this board, and a car is underway in less than a minute. Where once the policeman would have to enter a building and search for the criminal himself, he now sends in his dog, a dog that can see better, has a sharper sense of smell, and is less likely to be shot as he enters the building. The canine officer sends in his dog. If the criminal is inside, he will be found and disarmed by the dog. The policeman will not have to expose himself to danger at any time. The dog has searched the building, found no one. The crime now becomes the responsibility of another policeman. The crime lab is a part of Central Files. It is used at the scene of the crime to gather evidence and pick up information which may connect the criminal with his crime. The crime lab has many functions, and the section we see here is only a minor part of a mass technological concept used in detecting crimes. The officer entering here carries the two most frequently used components of the crime lab, a standard 4x5 camera and a fingerprint box. When he arrives at the scene, he first takes photographs in the area of the crime. In this case, a door is forced open. The camera will detect scratches and dents on the surface. The photograph will be studied in minute detail to give police a lead on the type of tool used to force the door open. Since the door was forcibly entered, the detective assumes that a fingerprint has been left. First step is to dust the door with a special powder. Any fingerprints left on this door will show up under this chemical. The method used for lifting the print from the door may not be dramatic, but it is effective. Ordinary transparent tape is stuck to the door. When it is removed, it will bring the powder and the fingerprint off with it. The employees of this company quite naturally have left their prints on this door. The officer gathers all available prints and takes them back to the lab to be checked. Here the detective is matching these prints with those of the employees, hoping to find one that has no reason for being here. When such a print is found, it is checked against the more than 200,000 sets of fingerprints on file with the Norfolk Police Department. These prints date back to 1918. Norfolk City Police fingerprint records are older than the files kept by the FBI. The federal law enforcement agency began their fingerprint file in 1924, 6 years after Norfolk Police. This does not exclude Norfolk Police from using the FBI files. Most prints and central files at the Public Safety Building are from people who have been charged with a crime in the city. The FBI files are more complete. If someone not native to Norfolk or someone who has never been booked by the police department leaves a set of prints under questionable circumstances, the police have to but send the prints to Washington for identification. When a suspect is booked at police headquarters, first step is to obtain all information possible from him: name, age, address, where employed, and so forth. When this is completed, the next step is identification photographs. Each person arrested is assigned a number. This number is placed on an identification board and included in the photograph with the suspect. Two poses always for police identification: looking straight into the camera and profile. The police department has a complete photographic developing lab. All pictures, those taken at the scene of the crime, and these identification pictures are developed by policemen. When the photographs have been taken, The suspect is then fingerprinted. His picture and fingerprints are placed on an identification card where it is checked against wanted posters from all across the country. It is then placed in the file, a permanent record with Norfolk Police. These files are an intricate part of Norfolk Police Department. All information on past crimes is kept here. All persons booked by Norfolk Police are registered here. All wanted posters by the FBI and other enforcement agencies are on file here. The employees of Central Files, of which there are 44, 30 policemen and 14 civilians, are charged with the responsibility of keeping these files up to date. They must have statistics on the number of crimes committed each year, reports of all accidents and deaths in the city, plus a record of all known criminals in the area. It has been said that Central Files is the memory of the police department. Anything an officer needs to know in the course of crime investigation can be found here. Any information not available here can be obtained through a communications network of teletype. The functions of this network are explained by Captain Murden of the Norfolk Police Department, commanding officer of Central Files and Communication.
Say a car is stolen in Washington, D.C., or New York, wherever it might be, through a relay system that is funneled down to the state police headquarters. They, in turn, relay it to the departments throughout the state. They also, in Richmond, relay to other states farther south.
Perhaps the most important communications device employed by modern policemen is the radio dispatcher. All on-duty policemen maintain contact with police headquarters through this room. The status board, located in front of the two dispatchers who are always on duty, keeps a visual check of where cars are and when they're available to take calls.
33.
1050. Back here.
Every message that comes into this room is recorded on a device much like a dictaphone. If the dispatcher misses a part of the message, he simply returns to his recording to get a repeat. For example, a frightened person giving information to the police may give the address once and hang up without repeating it. The message would be lost except for this permanent recording, which eventually becomes a part of the police record. Complaints to the police department can be made in a number of ways, but most are received by telephone. There are 20 lines connected to the main police number. You are assured of never getting a busy signal when you call.
Police. Stolen bicycle. Hold on, please. I'll give you that deposit. Just 1 second.
Calls answered at this main switchboard are channeled to the correct department for the most expedient action. A lady wishes to report a theft from her automobile.
Complaint room, my caller. Can I help you, ma'am? You want to report something stolen from your car?
Police help is as near as the telephone. This is a decided improvement over the days when a man walked a lonely beat and was often the only source for making a complaint. He walked his lonely beat, and he was as far away from help as the people who reported to him. Without communication to his headquarters, he walked. Today, most policemen ride, but so do millions of other people. McAdam and Ford, with their roads and automobiles, brought a new area to police work. Traffic bureaus keep expanding all the time to meet the increased use of city streets for automobile travel. One part of the Traffic Bureau is the Motorcycle Corps, responsible for keeping traffic moving and help those lost in a strange city.
Could you tell me how to get to the naval base?
Yes, sir. Up to the second traffic light, turn to your right, follow directly to the Naval Base Gate 2. Certainly hope you enjoy your stay here, sir.
Thank you.
Not all contact with traffic officers is this congenial. To some in the Traffic Bureau, it falls the duty to enforce laws governing traffic. Where once a policeman had to hide behind a roadside sign to catch speeders, a radar unit now sits. This is a product in police work of the late 50s. Still, many people do not understand its function.
This graph here records your speed and records it in a permanent record so that if there's any question of it, it's right here before you. Now, as we are parked on the side of the road, your car would be coming down the street. As your car passes, it goes through this electronic beam, which is shot out from the sending set here to head. It goes across the street, and it would be more or less like the same functions of you shining a flashlight across the street at night. It would cut this beam in half, and that's basically how that part would work. Mr. Poe, as I told you, your speed has been recorded, and this is your speed, 50 miles an hour in a 40 mile an hour zone. I have given you summons number 947. To be sure, this is your mark and your summons number. I write your summons number down here, number 947, and my initials beside it, so that when it comes up before the court, your number will be here, the number of the summons that you have in your hand, and my initials. And that way I can show that I give you summons number 947 for speeding 50 in a 40 mile an hour zone.
A radar operator probably would not win anyone's popularity contest, but still it is a job that must be done. Most people, when they realize they've been caught by radar, accept it as a fact and resolve to be more careful. Then there's the other kind of motorist.
Something wrong, officer?
Yes, sir. You've been stopped for speeding, sir. You're running 50 miles an hour. You're in a 40 mile zone. You were clocked by radar. Can I see your driver's license registration card, please?
I've been doing what?
You were clocked as speeding, sir. Would you mind stepping in front of your car?
You better check that thing.
It has been checked, sir. You've been picked up by radar.
Well, you better check it again, then. That's all you guys have to do, to run around in these blue coats, act like a Gestapo or something?
Yes, sir.
Stop law-abiding citizens on the way home from work?
You violated the law, sir. It's speeding. That's why you were stopped.
Listen, I never got a ticket in my life, not even a parking ticket.
Can I see your driver's license, please? Thank you.
I got a wife and 5 kids. You think I have money to give away?
No, sir.
You know I got 5 kids. I haven't got any money to be giving away.
Sir, you were stopped for violating the law.
Look, this is the first ticket I've ever received. Can we just forget it?
No, sir. You have been stopped. It is recorded on paper. It's also a court record.
You guys act like I want to give something to the police benefit fund or something. How much is this going to cost me?
I have no idea, sir. It's entirely up to the judge.
You mean you write a ticket and you don't know how much it cost me?
Yes, sir. It's my job to catch the violators, not the prosecutors.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm going to lose something. Time, money, time from work.
Sir, you've been charged with speeding, 50 miles an hour. You're in a 40-mile zone. You were clocked by radar. Signing this summons is not an admission of guilt. Come up on the 4th of April, 811 East City Hall Avenue at
Signing
9
what
a.m.
summons?
This summons here, sir.
I'm not going to sign anything.
Well, sir, you have 2 choices, sir. It's signing the summons, which is a courtesy release, or we carry you down and place you on a docket. It'll come up tomorrow morning. This summons is just a courtesy release stating that you will appear in court.
You mean if I don't sign this, you'll take me down to police court now?
That's right, sir.
I don't have much choice then, do I?
That's entirely up to you, sir.
Well, give me the thing. Heard of a lot of Gestapo tactics, but this beats all. Here.
Thank you, sir. This will come up on the 4th of April.
Officers still take abuse. Their attitude toward it is commendable. They take it as an occupational hazard and do not grow bitter because of it. Time was when a man walked a lonely beat. He often got his job through political patronage or simply because he was willing to work for the specified wage paid to policemen. Most police departments have abandoned this system of hiring and turned this function over to civil service. Before a man can become a policeman in Norfolk, he must pass rigid tests by civil service, tests that determine his morality, mentality, and physical fitness. It's a long way from making application to being sworn in.
Do you and each of you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Virginia? That you will faithfully, without fear or favor, discharge and perform all the duties incumbent upon you as Mr. Patrolman, Division of Police, Department of Public Safety in the City of Norfolk, Virginia, according to the best of your ability, so help you God. Seats.
After he's sworn in, it's a month before he becomes an active member of the department, a month filled with classroom lectures and laboratory practice. He is instructed by the best law enforcement officials in the area, by doctors, psychologists, and lawyers. His training is summed up by the training officer, Captain Decker.
Men, you have just completed a month's training in basic police procedures. Now, you've had lecturers come up here and talk to you about laws of arrest, rules of evidence, search and seizure, fingerprinting, and many other subjects you will encounter in your daily routine. And this further training will be received as you work with experienced officers daily. And as the months go by, I am certain the combination of this classroom training and the experience you will gain while performing your daily duties will benefit you greatly, and you will become a fine police officer and make this a profession. That's what we are trying to do here. We're trying to professionalize this particular type of work.
He goes on his first beat a well-trained man, an officer capable of the emergencies which may present themselves, be it administering first aid to an accident victim, giving a citation to a speeder, or working in the administration section of the department. When a man walked a lonely beat, he could make arrest of suspects, but often gathering evidence of conviction was difficult. One way of ascertaining a man's guilt used to be the third degree. This treatment primeval is outmoded. The rubber hose has less value to a modern police operation than the antiquated call box. The hot light and dripping water have been replaced by a cool, air-conditioned office with a leather chair, wall-to-wall carpet, and a polygraph machine. This new police technique is not admissible as evidence in court, but it does have its function. To prove the effectiveness of the polygraph, this reporter took a test to see if it could detect a lie. Lieutenant Ted Miller, operator of the device, had me choose a number between 1 and 9, write it down, put it in my pocket, and answer all questions concerning the numbers no. The machine would tell him which number I had chosen when it registered a lie on my part when the number came up.
All right, Ken, this test is about to begin. Answer every question no. Did you select the number 1?
No.
Did you select the number 2?
No.
Did you select the number 3?
No.
Did you select the number 4?
No.
Did you select the number 5?
No.
Did you select the number 6?
No.
Did you select the number 7?
No.
Did you select the number 8?
No.
Did you select the number 9?
No.
All right, Ken, this test is over. Sit very still for 1 moment. After studying this chart, Ken, it appears to me, and it's my opinion, that the number you selected was number 5. Would you please show it to us?
Well, number 5 it is, Lieutenant. That's the one that I had written and put in my pocket before the test began. Since this isn't admissible evidence in court, what value is a polygraph machine to a police department?
I think the polygraph is a great investigative lead to the police department. Many times we can save many hours of leg work by running a subject and determining whether or not he has knowledge of a particular crime and, of course, follow those directions.
The third degree is going the way of the call box. The box is being replaced by small transistor radio transceivers. The power of this radio is the same as those in a car. It can transmit to police headquarters from any part in the city, from Willoughby, from inside a building. An officer is never out of communication with his department. Communication is vital to police work. It is the essence of modern police methods. It is the measure of police efficiency. Chief Harold Anderson comments on police methods.
During the past half hour, you have seen some of the more dramatic aspects of police work. There are others, some that propriety dictates we should not show. By that I mean the scenes where a police officer is called on to administer aid to the gravely ill. None of our work here is secretive. It is all a matter of public record. But there are, of course, instances where showing the complete knowledge and facilities of the police division, our scientific devices, our special equipment would serve the purpose of the criminal element. Secondly, a great part of police work is a matter of routine and hard to capture on television film. The detectives in the check squad must take all bad checks in for study. Their job is a matter of running down the suspects by a lot of footwork and tenacity. In the years that I've been a police officer, I've seen vast improvements in all areas of law enforcement. At the present time, believe me, we stand a better than average chance of beating the criminal at his own game. Through further scientific research and development, one day we will gain a positive upper hand. Of this I am sure. Anything of value takes time to develop. We feel that we only have begun the giant step forward in police work. In the not-too-distant future, things undreamed of today will be a matter of routine in police work. But one thing that must remain constant is competent police personnel. In the past years, the Norfolk Division has been at times understaffed. It is somewhat understaffed today. We could have filled these gaps with people, with bodies, but we would rather choose to stretch ourselves thin and wait until we could get the quality that we desire. This end we are accomplishing. Combined with technological advances in crime detection, we will one day protect the city from the criminal element as it has never been protected before.
The man with the dog and the portable radio is replacing the policeman who walked a lonely beat, the man who was a walking island. The Canine Corps is only 4 years old in the city, and already there is evidence of a newer way to cover a beat. The police division in the first 2 months of this year acquired a new device for beat patrolmen. It's a self-contained motor scooter, not unlike the ones used by the post office department for delivering mail. This unit can go anywhere at any time. It is complete with radio and is enclosed to keep out the weather. The beats are still there, but more and more they're being ridden instead of walked. The beats are still there, and some must be walked, but now they're less lonely.
Walk a Lonely Beat has been a presentation of WTAR Public Affairs and News in cooperation with the Norfolk Police Division of the Department of Public Safety. Portions of the preceding were dramatized for this presentation.
Walk a Lonely Beat was written and produced by Ken Blackwell. Filmed and edited by Jack Will. The executive producer, Joel Carlson. Audio supervisor, Louis Greenhouse. Graphic arts by Martin Brinkley. Narrated by Ken Blackwell. This has been a videotape presentation of WTAR Public Affairs and News.